Did you know that there's a 2-minute workout that can dramatically improve your walking stability after 60? This is a question that addresses a deep, often unspoken fear. The truth is, many of us come to accept the challenges of aging as inevitable. We begin to see wobbling, cautious, hesitant steps, and a persistent fear of falling as just a normal part of getting older. We resign ourselves to this reality. But here is the truly exciting news. A different reality is possible. There is a simple, straightforward, science-backed approach that can change this narrative. If you find this information valuable and believe it could help someone, please take a moment to give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like to continue learning how to move and stay healthy with us, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. This method is designed to strengthen the exact muscles and the precise balance systems that are tasked with preventing falls. And the most remarkable part is that this can be achieved in just a couple of minutes each day. In this video, I am going to show you that exact approach. We will explore, in detail, the top 4 essential exercises you need to know to walk safely and with true confidence, especially if you are over 60. Now, before we dive into the exercises themselves, let's first talk about a key factor that impacts your mobility and your safety as you age. It is something that very often goes completely unnoticed. Scientists and researchers have found that after the age of 60, the primary reason seniors become more prone to falls is a specific combination of factors. It is the decline in hip strength, the reduction in leg power, and the weakening of the core, all combined with subtle, often imperceptible, issues with balance. These critical weaknesses do not manifest overnight. They develop quietly, almost silently, over the course of many years. And if this decline is left unaddressed, it can transform even the most simple, routine tasks into hazardous ones. Things like walking up a flight of stairs or just getting out of a chair can suddenly become risky endeavors. But here is the good news. Recent, encouraging studies show that these specific weaknesses are, in fact, reversible. This reversal is possible even in your 60s, your 70s, and well beyond. With the correct, targeted exercises, you can successfully strengthen these muscles and profoundly improve your balance in just 2 minutes per day. However, there is a catch. It is important to understand that not all exercises are equally effective. Performing the wrong movements, or engaging in exercises that skip these key muscle groups, can ultimately waste your time. In some cases, it could even increase your fall risk. That is why in this video, we will eliminate the guesswork. I will show you the 4 essential exercises that target the exact muscles responsible for safe, confident walking. This will be presented along with a simple daily routine that you can follow, no matter what your current fitness level is. We will even be sure to include easier variations and more challenging variations so that everyone can do them safely and effectively. Let us now get started with exercise number 1, the single leg balance. We will begin here because this particular movement could very well be the most important, most critical movement for keeping your mobility strong as you age. It is called the single leg balance. There is a profound reason why this exercise takes precedence. Researchers at the renowned Mayo Clinic discovered something truly remarkable about this simple test. What they found was this. Your ability to balance on one leg for just 10 seconds is a stronger predictor of your longevity and your future fall risk than almost any other physical test available. Let that singular fact settle in for a moment. This simple, almost childlike movement, the basic act of standing on one foot, can reveal more about your future health than many expensive, complex medical scans can. It is a stunning revelation that such a humble action could hold such significant predictive power. So, the inevitable question is, why? How can this be true? The answer is foundational to our understanding of true stability. It is because balance is not just about your legs. True, functional balance is a far more intricate process. It is a complex conversation happening in real time between multiple systems in your body. It is a constant, flowing dialogue between your brain, your muscles, your inner ear, and your vision. All of these components must be working together, communicating seamlessly, all in perfect harmony to keep you upright and steady. When you actively practice the single leg balance, you are essentially training this entire complex system. Here is precisely what happens. First, your stabilizer muscles are called into action. These are the tiny muscles that surround your ankles and your hips, muscles that you likely never think about in your daily life. This exercise forces them to wake up and get stronger. Second, your proprioception is sharpened. The source document refers to this as your body's GPS system. It is the innate sense that tells you where you are in space without you having to look. With practice, this internal map becomes far more accurate and sharper. Finally, your core muscles are trained. They learn to engage automatically, without conscious thought, thereby creating a stable foundation for every single step you take. This is what the exercise gives you. It is not just stronger legs, but a crucial sense of mental confidence. And in the world of fall prevention, that confidence is everything. So, how do you practice the single leg balance? First, you must stand next to a sturdy chair or a secure counter. This is your safety net. There is absolutely no shame in using it. In fact, it is the smart way to train. Place your feet hip-width apart and begin to shift your weight onto your right leg. Slowly, lift your left foot just a few inches off the ground. You do not need to worry about how high you lift it. Even 1 inch counts. Now, here is the absolute key. Keep your standing knee slightly soft. It must not be locked straight. Imagine there is a string pulling you up from the crown of your head, keeping you tall and aligned. Your goal is to hold this position for 10 to 30 seconds. If you can barely hold it for 5 seconds, that is your starting point. There is no judgment here, only awareness. Remember to breathe naturally. Many people make the mistake of holding their breath when they balance, which actually makes it much harder. Find a single focal point on the wall in front of you and keep your eyes fixed on it. This gives your brain a stable reference point and makes balancing easier. After 10 to 30 seconds, gently lower your foot and then switch sides. Perform this 3 times on each leg. You will probably notice that one side is much stronger or more stable than the other. This is completely normal, and it is exactly why we practice. Now, if the single leg balance tests your stability, this next exercise trains something even more crucial. It trains your ability to walk on a narrow base of support. This is exactly what you have to do when you are navigating crowded spaces, walking on curbs, or just moving through your home at night. This is exercise 2, the heel-to-toe walk. Have you ever noticed how toddlers who are just learning to walk take those very wide, wobbly steps? They do this because their balance system is still developing. But here is the irony. As we age, many of us unconsciously return to that exact wide-based stance. We do this because our balance has deteriorated. We begin to shuffle, we widen our steps, and slowly but surely, we lose the ability to walk with confidence. The heel-to-toe walk, which is also called tandem walking, directly reverses this process. This is an exercise used by neurologists to assess balance and coordination. But it is also one of the most effective exercises you can do to improve your gait and reduce your fall risk. Research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who practiced tandem walking for just 2 minutes daily showed a 43% improvement in their balance scores after only 4 weeks. That is not a typo. 4 weeks of a 2-minute exercise created nearly a 50% improvement. To practice this, find a hallway or a clear space where you can walk in a straight line. If you feel nervous, please do this next to a wall so you can touch it for support. Imagine you are walking on a tightrope or a narrow beam. Place your right foot directly in front of your left foot, so the heel of your right foot touches the toes of your left foot. There should be no gap at all. Now, take another step, placing your left heel against your right toes. Continue this pattern for 10 to 15 steps. This is challenging because your center of gravity is constantly shifting over a very narrow base. This forces your core muscles to stabilize, your ankle muscles to make tiny adjustments, and your brain to coordinate all of it in real time. It is a complete workout for your entire balance system. Start slowly. This is not a race. Quality matters far more than speed. Keep your head up and your eyes focused forward, not down at your feet. Looking down actually makes balancing harder. While the first two exercises focus on balance and coordination, this next one builds the raw strength you need to support those skills. Because here is the truth. You can have perfect balance, but if your leg muscles are weak, you will not be able to catch yourself when you stumble. Let me ask you something. Can you get up from a chair right now without using your hands? Can you climb a flight of stairs without gripping the railing for dear life? Can you get out of a car without that awkward struggle? If you hesitated on any of those questions, your leg strength needs attention. And the single best exercise to build this functional leg strength after 60 is exercise 3, the half squat. Here is why this is so important. Studies from the National Institute on Aging show that leg strength declines by 3% per year after age 60 if you do nothing to maintain it. By the time you are 80, you could have 60% less leg strength than you had at 60. That is the difference between independence and needing assistance for basic activities. The half squat addresses all the major muscle groups you need for daily life. It targets your quadriceps, which straighten your knee, your glutes, which power you upstairs and out of chairs, and your hamstrings, which stabilize your knees and hips. To practice this, stand with your feet shoulder width apart, with your toes pointing slightly outward. Place your hands on a sturdy chair or counter in front of you for support. This is not cheating, it is smart training. Now imagine you are about to sit down in a chair that is just behind you. Push your hips back slightly, bend your knees, and lower yourself down about 6 to 8 inches. You do not need to go deep. This is a half squat, not a full squat. Your knees should stay behind your toes, and your weight should be in your heels. Pause for just a moment at the bottom. Then, push through your heels to stand back up, and squeeze your glutes at the top. That is 1 repetition. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions, rest for 30 seconds, and then do 2 more sets. Keep your chest up and your core engaged, never round your back. Breathe out as you push up, never hold your breath. Now, while these first 3 exercises build strength and balance, there is one more piece of the puzzle. It is an exercise so simple you can do it sitting down, yet it targets a muscle group that is crucial for walking stability and is almost completely overlooked. This is exercise 4, seated leg raises. Here is something most people do not realize. Your hip flexors, the muscles at the front of your hips that lift your leg when you walk, weaken significantly with age. This weakness is made much worse if you sit a lot. Weak hip flexors lead directly to a shuffling gait. They reduce your step length and dramatically increase your tripping risk because you cannot lift your feet high enough to clear obstacles. The seated leg raise directly strengthens these muscles. It also engages your core and improves the mind-muscle connection in your lower body. And the best part is, you can do this while watching television or reading. To practice, sit in a sturdy chair with your back straight and your feet flat on the floor. Place your hands on the sides of the chair for support. Engage your core by pulling your belly button slightly toward your spine. Keeping your right knee straight, lift your right leg until it is parallel to the floor, or as high as is comfortable. Your thigh should lift completely off the chair. Hold this position for 2 to 3 seconds, really squeezing the muscles at the front of your hip and thigh. Then, slowly lower your leg back down with control. Do not just drop it. The lowering phase is just as important for building strength. That is 1 repetition. Do 8 to 12 repetitions on your right leg, then switch to your left leg. Strong hip flexors do not just help you walk better. They improve your posture, reduce lower back pain, and make activities like climbing stairs much safer. They are the unsung heroes of mobility. So there you have it. We have concluded our exploration of 4 simple, yet profoundly effective exercises. These 4 movements, when practiced together, take less than 2 minutes combined. Yet, within that incredibly brief span of time, they manage to address every major component required for safe, confident walking. Let us review them one final time. We have addressed the 4 pillars of stable movement: balance, coordination, leg strength, and hip mobility. First, we learned the single leg balance, a movement designed to train your fundamental stability and that crucial internal GPS known as proprioception. Second, we practiced the heel-to-toe walk, an exercise that directly improves your gait and enhances your neural coordination, rewiring the connection between your brain and your body. Third, we established the half squat, the foundational movement to build the functional leg strength you need for daily activities, the very power that gets you out of a chair and up the stairs. And finally, we performed the seated leg raises, a targeted exercise to strengthen those often neglected hip flexors, the very muscles that keep you from shuffling and prevent you from tripping. The evidence for this approach is clear, and the research is clear. It confirms a vital truth for anyone over 60. Consistency beats intensity every single time. You do not need to embark on grueling, exhausting marathon workout sessions to protect your mobility. What you truly need, what the science proves is effective, is daily practice, even if it is just 2 minutes. It is this consistent, daily deposit into your health account that creates lasting change. And so, I want to challenge you to something. A simple, manageable challenge. I want you to try these 4 exercises once a day for the next 2 weeks. That is it, just 2 weeks. To ensure you follow through, make a concrete plan. Mark it on your calendar. Set a reminder on your phone. Do whatever it takes to complete this simple, 2-minute routine every day for 14 consecutive days. And then, I genuinely want you to come back here and tell me what you notice. I want to know how you feel. Which of these 4 exercises are you going to try first? Drop a comment and let me know. And if you found this information valuable, if you believe these simple movements could genuinely help someone, share it with someone you care about who's over 60. These simple movements could genuinely change someone's life. Because we must remember, longevity isn't just about living longer. That is a hollow victory if the quality of those years is diminished. True longevity is about living with freedom, confidence, and independence. It is the freedom to move without fear, the confidence to navigate the world, and the independence to live life on your own terms. And that is exactly what these exercises give you. So, now get up, choose one exercise, and take action. Your future self will be grateful. Your 80-year-old self will thank you.